I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question, right, so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not?
What's good, my wolves? Welcome back to the pack. It's your boy TC Tones bringing the great news. Hey, we on talking on Kyrie Irving. So the other day, Kyrie was involved in a little scandal. I guess you could probably call it that, a scandal. Where he shared a link to a movie on Amazon entitled Hebrews to Negroes. You know, haven't watched the film. I don't know if you watch it, but if you can, you can probably post it inside the link. You could probably post inside the comment section, really express your thoughts about what you thought about it. But here's the thing where I have a problem with it. Basketball is supposed to be about basketball. The press conference I'm talking about, right? The press conference was supposed to be about basketball. How's Ben Simmons doing? What do you guys think you could do better to play out there? How does it feel to be back out there with the whole team together? You know, questions related to about ball. But instead of doing that, you got these snot-nosed reporters who decide to keep on bombarding him about the post, and the reality is, he expressed himself freely with freedom of speech, as he should, in, I thought, a very respectful manner. You know, he mentioned that he can't be anti-Semitic because he is Semitic, which he legit ain't wrong. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. And instead of taking his word for what it is, they decide to ban against Kyrie. So we get a guy, the co-founder of Nike, Phil Knight, would mention how he strongly disagreed with Kyrie. Then for that, they're gonna discontinue his shoes line and stop working with him. And LeBron at one point mentioned that he don't agree with Kyrie said, which he really shouldn't speak on it. And I'm a really big LeBron fan. Wasn't disappointed as to how he went about that. and he later backtrack about it and say Kyrie needs to play this, that. But where does all this lead to? This lead to one, the same thing I was saying a couple of years ago when the sitting U.S. president got banned from social media. Freedom of speech is in a head clutch, and it needs to be open to a point that people can express how they feel and they could agree to disagree. Now, that guy expressed himself in a very respectful manner, so Kyrie should have been allowed not to be forced with them ridiculous stipulations, but allowed to play and not being bombarded by all these people. Now, let's address what he said. They said Semitic, anti-Semitic. Reality is, how many times different races get targeted, right? Different races get targeted, and for example, blacks, Asians, Latinos, we don't really see nothing in regards to that. But the Jews, it's like a very untouchable subject, and it makes the whole situation awkward because why can you supposedly speak on this group of people? Why is it that? So it makes the whole situation awkward. And as a community, if they really don't want that to be banned, they should instead work on that, ban that together. Because the reality is, you can't have real progress if every person that speaks about your little group, your tirade, or your religion, you tend to try dismantle them, you know what I'm saying, by quote unquote canceling them, so to speak. Now let's address Semitic, anti-Semitic, against Semitic. Now, ironically, what is the first instance of the word Semitic? Alright, Semitic people, this term was first used in the 1770s by the Göttingen School of Historians. That's a group of historians inside Germany, right? And do you know who they basically alluded to when they referred to as Semitic people? It was one of the sons of Noah. Can you guess which one? It was Shem. The group of historians in Germany, when they first came up with this phrase Semitic people, they use it toward the descendants of Shem. Now let me show you how it's so ironic about that, right? What makes Shem unique? Many Bible scholars, really all the Bible scholars, what I basically seen talking on the subject, all of them basically refer to Shem as a black man. So here you are, when Kyrie says, how could he be anti-Semitic when he is Semitic? He's low-key being right. He is Semitic. And in regards of the whole Jews as the race thing, people need to understand that in fact that Jews is not a race. It's legit a religion. If you convert to Christianity, you are called a Christian. If you convert to Islam, you are called a Muslim. If you convert to Buddhism, you are called a Buddhist. If you convert to Judaism, you are called a Jew. Now if you decide to call yourself Israel, that's a whole different topic in itself. You get are you a citizen of the nation Israel, or you decide to be one of those folks who say they are Israel, they are the true Israel. I'm not associated with none of those folks, but I'm just basically talking about the subject, shedding some light on it. But my situation with that Kyrie Irving thing, that's my thoughts on it. I feel freedom of speech should be expressed without the hindrance of any group, any corporation, especially really mainly in the sense of you didn't threaten nobody. I'm heavy on it. You didn't threaten somebody, because when you threaten somebody, then that's where I realize that we need to draw the line there. You know what I'm saying? But Kyrie didn't threaten anybody. Kyrie did a lot of great things. Not saying guys like Shaq and Charles Barkley and others said didn't do great things as well, but he's been doing that on a very consistent basis. I don't think calling him stupid on live television is the way to go, so they should really start up on that. But that's my thought for today. Looking forward to sharing more content. Like what I said, drop a like, subscribe you want to see more, comment what you want me to talk about next. And until further news, it's Emperor. I'm up.